We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming up, 2 teams ready to square off. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The veteran Brandon McManus ready to kick this one off. And off we go from KC. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. We'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
First and 10 for Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Mahomes now on second down. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Right back to Kelce again. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, KC.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air once more. It's Mahomes. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelce. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Lucas Van Ness in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. To the left side, in the hands of Rice. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Mahomes. They go right back to Rice. He's got it again. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down.
And he's in! Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs.
And this is just high-level quarterback play down here in the red zone. The way they teach them their progressions, Mike, it's touchdown, check down. You don't want to take a sack. You certainly don't want to turn the ball over. He knows he has nothing down the field, nowhere to go to his receivers and tight ends. Check it down to your back. Let them do the rest after the catch, and it results in a touchdown.
That's the score. Chiefs 7, Packers nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Now an opening past the 30. They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. The man in motion is Watson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 9.
Right, 97. 60 red.
The man in motion is Watson. Off the play fake. Here's Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It is a big-time play for the Packers. And even 30 yards. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Set to go now on first and 10. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On first and 10, here's Love. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll be second down.
Here we go. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, Packers.
Got it. Let's go now. Blue, 32. Blaster, 6. Red, yellow. Set.
From the gun, it's Love. That complete to Jacobs. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Black Ultra.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Down. 45. Right. Slide through.
They'll go for it. Love. And he's going to have a Packers first down. That was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Here's Jacobs. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal.
Ready. Yellow, 43.
Love. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Fulton.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. Mike, it's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing now, Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Can't tie the game or even take the lead.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
He'll take a shot for Watson. And the Chiefs are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Oh, gotta be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the third quarter begins. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Black 40.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion.
Ready.
We'll go play action with Love. Again, working deep downfield. Trent McDuffie right there with the tight defensive coverage.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
On play action, Love. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly it is 3rd and 10.
Green. Here we go. Set. 50. Green.
Receiver in motion, headed left. Now Love. He's going to look for the home run ball. That's hard. And he's out of bounds, but all the way down at the 30-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 47 yards. Here's 1st and 10.
Vito blue. Come on, set. Rail, 10 black. Black ultra. Cut.
To throw is Love. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Now Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. The future Hall of Famers connect. Mahomes to Kelsey one more time for a Chiefs 1st down.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. He'll find his receiver. That's Jalen Royals. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another first down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
He was brought down by Javon Bullard. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Packers' 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Mahomes. That's complete to Rice. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Rice open. He's got it. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good gain on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
2nd down, they need 3. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd.
So points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Third and a yard. Here's Pacheco. He gets the 4th quarter going. He is down at the 14, but will have the first down.
And defensively, these are the opportunities, Mike, at this stage in the game you just can't miss. It's a close game. 4th quarter, you find yourself trailing. You've got to be able to come up in that spot and force a stop. Instead, now the offense can drain even more time off the clock with a fresh set of downs.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
The 6-yard line brings up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Pacheco. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Here's a run with Hunt. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Could have depended on the spot, but it looks like he is short. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on 4th. Gonna give the ball over on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that 4th down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time 4th down stop.
Love to throw on, and that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bolton. Well, a touchdown here could be the capper to a victory. It is first and goal. Here's a run, and he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain.
And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown.
Well, it is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, a rematch of Super Bowl 54, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. Well, nifty juke there. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And incomplete to open things up.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Purdy. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yard is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And once again, he'll get possibly back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Play action. Now Purdy. Toward the sideline. Intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. They only get 5 out of that quick slam, but that's good enough for a first.
And the throw in the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Leo Chanel. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how How about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
The 26-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Only a couple there. It's going to be brought down about the 28.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 3rd and 9 here. Purdy now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
4th down try. Here's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play.
First down, 49ers.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Chiefs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now 2nd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. That one caught by Rice. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds. Makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Well, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Get set. Yellow. 18. What's up? Yellow.
Now Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Chiefs are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. But despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
That's caught right side by Worthy. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4. Now here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 37-yard line.
Now Mahomes. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defensive coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
A beautiful spin and room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
67 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd down at the 36-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall.
And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout.
So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. We will down.
7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And he will be stopped here for no gain, and then it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. Calling an 8-yard gain, much better shape now on third and just a yard.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll run again. And Hunt is not going to get there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that, not just important in the fact that it widens their lead, but really that was a textbook job of just hanging on to the football.
And we know all the time that coaches talk about time of possession. Sometimes it's a stat that doesn't matter much, but in this drive, it matters a lot. They want to reduce time and score points and lock this game down. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Throwing, Purdy. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
Purdy to throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Purdy to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, now what can the Niners do as they face a big 2-point conversion here?
For the 2-point conversion.
Purdy to throw. He's got it at the 2. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
So this one in the